Hey guys, Ekim here. First and foremost, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Maybe you got that new iPad you wanted for Christmas and you want to check out a knife video. So I'm going to release this one on Christmas just so you guys can try out your new stuff. Or maybe, just maybe, you're hoping for a knife under the tree. I got a knife right here. Now I have a question for you. What would you think if you go under the tree and you notice that you got a knife? You unwrap that gift and underneath that wrapping and the bow you find this. Wait, what? This thing looks like it's been around the block. Sure got a lot of wear and tear on it. Why would I want that? I'll tell you what, guys. This was my first knife, at least that I can remember. My dad gave me this one. I believe it's a K-bar, and it's probably running around 20 years old by now. I had just joined the Boy Scouts, and my dad knew I needed a knife, so he gave me this, and I think he used it for fishing. It was used when I got it. It looked pretty similar to this by the time I got a hold of it. I'm sure I added my fair share of scratches and wear to it. But I tell you what, guys, this made me happy. It really did. Oh, sorry about that. This meant a lot to me. And it might not have been the best, the latest and greatest, but it was my first knife. And it was given to me by somebody cool. So I still have it because it means a lot to me. Now, I guess the purpose of this video is maybe your dad didn't give you an old beat up knife like mine did. But maybe you went out and bought your own. Or maybe somebody that cares about you bought you one for Christmas. And it's not the Sebenza you were hoping for. But let's face it, guys, a lot of us are struggling. It's not easy out there. Money's tight all over the place. Not everybody can afford a Sebenza or justify it. You know, I can appreciate them, sure. What a level of craftsmanship, but what if you have 20 bucks? This was my first knife that I bought several years later after the Boy Scouts. I had a Buck 110 and a Victorinox camper that my parents also bought me, which I lost. I don't know where they are. I was looking for them. But when I was old enough, I think I had just turned 18, I went to the flea market and I did what a lot of you guys do, and that's, hey, that one looks neat, I'll take it. Some kind of M-Tech karambit with this strange camel hump, missing screws, $20 special. So why would I want this? I didn't know what a Spyderco was, or a Benchmade, or zero tolerance. And I didn't care. This one got the job done for me. Even though it has many, many flaws. I mean, why would you want a karambit with a blade goes in the finger hole? How am I supposed to get in there without cutting myself? Didn't make any sense. Ergonomically, this thing's horrible with this camel hump. And a recurve blade as a beginner? Yeah, I barely knew how to sharpen a straight blade. But even with all those problems, all those issues, I carried this for years and got a lot of enjoyment out of it. As you can see, I used it a ton. So guys, don't worry if you don't get the latest zero tolerance or Sebenza or Spyderco. You know, maybe all you have are $20 today and you get yourself a Kershaw injection. I bought this year. Now you would think after all these years collecting knives, and you know, why would I buy a Kershaw injection when now I can afford like this cool Boker Quakin. Carbon fiber, black wash blade. Why would I want this? Because you know what, guys? I appreciate it for what it is. I don't expect it to be anything it's not. I don't expect this to be a Sebenza. Yeah, it might be HCR 13 MOV steel, I might have to sharpen it more often. That might be a good thing. I could practice. Big deal. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it, regardless. So the point of my video, guys, is when you're first starting out, especially, I don't think I'd recommend an expensive knife. Sure, I mean, if you got the money, go for it. You do get what you pay for. I mean, after years of use, yeah, there is no more lockup. It's done. The screws are gone and missing. It's been to hell and back. And maybe a more expensive knife would hold up better. Same thing with my ancient Kershaw Leek. I've had this thing for years too. Yeah. As you can see, it's seen better days. But when they're ready to retire, and they've got their useful life out of them, inexpensive or not, if I like it that much, I can always replace it when it dies. When it's out of steam, you could always replace it, or maybe get something different or better. I mean, sure, you can go out and spend the $500 on a Sebenza. They're excellent knives, top quality, absolute top quality, and they're worth it. But if you can't justify it, maybe a Kershaw Leek is right for you, or a Spyderco Tenacious. I still carry this one, and this one's not out of steam yet, and I plan to keep carrying it. It still finds its way into my rotation despite all the higher end blades, and my taste for knives has evolved. I've started to like titanium, and I like the carbon fiber, of course, and super steels are nice, but I can't go out and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on pocket knives. I'd love to. Trust me, if I had the money, I would. I'd buy $1,000 customs all day long. But even if I could afford that, I'd still get my Kershaw injection. A $20 special. Because I could still find a way to get enjoyment out of this. In the description of my channel, it says, lover of all things sharp. I wasn't lying, guys. So, hopefully you guys got some insight out of this. So don't worry, if you can't afford the latest and greatest. I even went through a little fixed blade. This was my only knife for a long time, and I carried this around in a little pocket sheath. I think this was 25 bucks. But hey, it made me happy. I learned how to make the sheath. I made this sheath. Same thing with my Kershaw Skyline fixed blade. Sure got a lot of use out of this one too. And this is the first sheath I ever made. I learned how to make Kydex sheaths. You can see I carried it so much, the black on the rivets is gone. The black on the screws are gone. So guys, don't worry about it. Get whatever knife you got, whatever knife you can get, and get some enjoyment out of it. You know, maybe one day we'll all graduate to the high-end customs. I'd love to. One day. But alright guys, you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll catch you on the next video.